Hello, beautiful souls. Once again, I found a little spot here in the shade along the beach where I can not be bothered by too many beings, humans. Here we go. Let's show you let's take you on a journey through the ocean, mountains, palm trees, and the sun and the wind. Let's see. I just need to turn you around. Well, I know I did this yesterday, but I'll just do it this way. Close your eyes. Take you to this place. This place where anything is possible. You feel calm. You take a deep breath in. And you feel closer to your destination. For those of you who have a very good imagination, you've already reached your destination. Thank you for being here with me and for all of your support. I woke up this morning like a new life. And I guess every moment can be a new life. You don't have to wake up for a new life to be. It happens in every moment. And it was such a beautiful moment because, we never stop learning unless you choose to. We never stop growing unless you choose to. And there's no right and there's no wrong. I will be repeating that quite often, and a lot of things that I've said before I know I've repeated in other videos, and that's okay because we need reminders to finally realize who we are and how much we're capable of and how beautiful we all are. And we don't need to rely on anything outside of us to tell us who we are, to tell us what we should do. Because who knows you best than you? Even if you don't know you yet, or, that's beautiful, because it gives you the chance to rediscover, and it's like a relationship. It's exactly like a human relationship with another human, except that it's with yourself, where you can be together with someone a lifelong time, or until, depending your definition of what death is, but say from when you're born till when you die in the 3D form, you can be together with someone and not know who that person is. You can be together with someone and discover so many things that you thought you already knew about that person, and you're just constantly surprised, in good ways, bad ways, however you experience it. And it's when we stop wanting to learn that life becomes dull, that life becomes stagnant, where we feel stuck. And I've definitely been in those phases before, and it's not a pleasant place to be. Just know, though, it's not forever, if that is where you're currently at. And it just takes one little teeny weeny drop of change to happen in your life. One little teeny weeny drop, in order to flip that script around. And yes, that's how easy it is. So for the past week and a half, or whatever, a period in my life that recently took place, like recently, felt stagnant, felt a lot of fear, felt like I came here, somehow I don't know where I'm going, but I do know where I'm going. I know who I am, but I don't know who I am. Like, I just want to know, I just want to do, I just want to get on, I want to be somewhere where, like, I'm, like, finally arrived. When I realized that it's not that you arrive somewhere physically, spiritually, emotionally. Well, I mean, yeah, because you can't, like, that moment only lasts so long. So when we think that, you know, we've found the place that we want to be at forever, because, like, everything is, like, working out for us, we feel good here, the energy's good here, the people are good here, the food is good here, the culture is good here, and everything like that. Even in that moment isn't going to be forever, or else you're not growing, or else you're not learning. Yes, we can have a physical location that stays with us until we die, or leave this plane, or leave this reality. But we're still constantly within our environment, changing things and adapting to things and adjusting things and learning things, unless you choose not to, of course. I signed up in this lifetime to experience life. And I'm not sure what all I will be experiencing on this journey in terms of getting a glimpse or that little drop of how someone else's life is. But I'm not in a place where I'm afraid of it. I'm not afraid of the unknown. I'm not Like, and don't get me wrong, like, I have been in situations and had moments where I was scared and afraid and wanted to have answers and wanted to do something right away, so I get out of this mode of feeling like something's going wrong with me. But nothing's going wrong, and that's something that I want to share with you, depending on where you're at in life, on this journey as a human, in 3D, transitioning to a higher vibration, if that is you. And even if that's not you, this applies to you anyway. Everything is in constant motion. Everything is in constant motion. Nothing is, even the things that we perceive that don't move. If you take a microscope, you can see the vibrations that are bouncing off of the object, and you can actually see the object moving, because Earth is moving, the ground is moving. So even if we plant something into the ground, it's not like it's standing still, it's actually moving. Your internal system is just so brilliant. And I mean, when I was studying alternative medicine, like, I was just so fascinated with how the human body communicates and how it functions, and how much effort and how much energy actually goes into it, and we just don't think about it. We don't notice it. We don't appreciate it. We don't really understand that all that is happening for us, supporting us, and it requires a lot of energy. And so when we, like, I just ate a bar of Kit Kat, Kit Kat bar, there we go, bar of Kit Kat, yeah, Kit Kat bar. And like, sometimes I'll eat mindfully, so I'll go through the process of thinking how much energy was involved in for me to enjoy this food that's in front of me, what hands did it touch, where did it come from, how did it come from one place to me, how many hearts and, you know, everything's attached to that candy bar. So, and yeah. Xin chào. Yeah, someone's gonna make himself comfortable here on the hammock, enjoying the energy that is here. Yeah, and some of you, just a sidetrack, I know that some people viewing aren't all in the thoughts of, oh, we support you in terms of, we think it's great what you're doing. I also have people viewing that feel a certain way about it, and I'm not going to really go into any negative ways of thinking. Just know the words that you speak is what will come back to you. And this is not me making up this information. That's just how physics and the law of the universe works. So if something comes back to you that you projected out into the universe, because your words are powerful, don't be surprised if it comes back to you and wonder why. That's just a non-disclaimer side note, because I do feel every single being's energy, and I can tell where it's coming from, and some think I don't. because of what persona I give off, I guess. I don't know. Just be mindful. That's all I'm saying. Just be mindful. Even your thoughts. Just about words and thoughts. If you physically don't want to hurt somebody with your hands physically, don't allow your thoughts to do it. Don't allow your words to do it, because it will come back. And like I said, this is not coming from me. This is not me sending out the energy to do any harm to anybody. But a lot of, not only humans, but a lot of beings might not consciously, unconsciously be sending out certain vibrations into this world, and then wonder why things might not go the way that they hoped, or why things come back worse than they projected out there, or whatever. And this, there's a fine line between that and then also your karmic lessons, what is why you came here to fulfill. So it's not necessarily that someone's doing some kind of voodoo or magic spell or anything, or some kind of hex on anybody or anything like that, but just know I can feel truth. I feel truth. I don't hear it. I can hear it. Not quite in the way that some do, but I feel it. So someone can say, oh, they're having a good day. I can feel in my body that's not the truth. Someone can say that, oh, they're happy for me. I can feel in my body that's not the truth. So I hope you understand that analogy, and this applies to every single person, not just, or being, not just me. But just because someone can't physically see that someone has ill intention or wants to cause harm doesn't mean they can't experience it. Okay? Just a side note, and you never know who you're talking to. You never know who is next to you. You never know. And I'm just saying, if you don't want to take the chance, clean your thoughts, clean your speech. But if you're someone that wants to take the chance, don't say I didn't share this information with you. Because I think it's kind of funny how, it's just like how some people think, if you dress up in this fancy suit and say you have these accomplishments, that you must be better, you must be wiser, you must be wealthier or whatever. It is all a disguise. Just like my physical body is a disguise. I mean, it's really the energy that can't hide. It's the energy that can't lie. I can cut my hair, have tattoos on my body, and then someone's going to perceive me a different way. I can dress fancy in high heels and have makeup on, and someone's going to perceive me a different way. I can look like a bum, smell like a bum, and someone's going to perceive me a different way. But the energy inside me is not that, if you get what I'm saying. But, okay. So, just a little side note. I had an interesting conversation with a vampire today. I was walking through the side street and looking at this apartment sign, and at some point during the conversation she's like, oh, I can't stand in the sun, and if I could come inside. I'm like, yeah, I can come inside, that's fine, I don't mind. And it's like, because I said, yeah, I know it's hot outside, and she's like, no, that's not why. do you know why I can't stand in the sun? It's like, why? Because I'm a vampire. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I've met many vampires in my life. And then she started laughing. And then I was like, yeah, you know, the funny thing is, when I first have conversations with vampires, they think that I must be crazy or not, like, alert of who I'm having a conversation with. Because why would someone that embodies sunshine be around a vampire? That's where I was like, huh, interesting. See, I got a confirmation just currently. Well, I guess we'll figure it out another day. Anyway, but I don't have anything, like, all good. Where was I before that story now? We'll go back to the beginning, which was nothing stands still, everything is in constant motion. Yeah, constant motion. I guess I've lost that drive to go to that conversation, so trying to tune in here. Relationships. Yes. Waking up this morning was definitely a very beautiful experience because I rediscovered my relationship to myself. And it's not that I didn't have a relationship with myself, but like I've mentioned in a past video, that in our contracts we have, in our soul contracts or blueprint or birth charts, whatever you want, whatever terminology you want to give it, we have categories, and within each category, which there are 12, possibly 13, there are 30 lessons to finish before you can check mark it off and you've cleared that cycle or cycles, and you've graduated from that, and you will not have that lesson reappear in your next life. Basically, that's how that happens. What was I gonna say with the lessons? Oh, loving myself. Loving myself is one of the lessons I came here to learn. Basically, that I chose to come here to learn. And I discovered I've graduated from the last part of what I knew what self-love is, and now I've entered into another grade of self-love. And now it makes sense. Like, you know, when you hear something, a phrase or a quote or something, and like, it doesn't quite sit with you, it doesn't quite resonate, you don't quite grasp the whole meaning behind it, and then something happens in your life where a light bulb goes on and you're like, oh, that's what that means. Like, okay, that makes sense. Cool. So that's what happened to me this morning with self-love. And man, I can't wait until everyone experiences it on this level. Like, it's gonna be awesome. And I know we all will. But, like, in the past, I have treated myself well, I would say, you know. I am someone that does kiss myself and hug myself and, you know, massage my body and everything. You know, I don't necessarily need someone to do that, but it feels nice to have another human that helps with that, caring. TLC. Yeah, for a long time I did not know what TLC means, but yeah. And I woke up this morning and I had a conversation with myself, and I tried to be very in the moment when I notice that I'm lacking conversation with my inner child. And yeah, today it was like as if another human being was right next to me this whole time. Like, that's how it felt like, and it feels like that now. Like, she is here with us, and I mean, that's off to another topic, which I don't know how long I'll be talking to you, and I mean, this could be a long video as all the videos go, but you can always pause or come back or whatever you want to do with it. Anyway, so the next level of self-love is really having the relationship that we seek outside with ourselves. And I mean, it sounds like duh. The words don't actually mean anything though until you've actually, like, for one, experienced it, and then second of all, like, really understand. So, and I've had like a whole bunch of information come to me through her where she's told me secrets that I didn't know, and my higher self is also confirming information as well. So it was like past, present, future. And like, it's crazy how the ego really thinks it knows best. The ego really thinks it knows best. Like, this is really the light bulb moment that I had this morning. It's like, how could I have thought that? How? But you know, it makes sense because we've come here, we didn't have the whole package of manual on how to do 3D life, and yeah, and we're supposed to, like, all this is planned. Like, we are supposed to forget, to come here to remember who we are, to remember where we came from, to remember what our purpose here is. It's all like part of the plan. Like, there's nothing wrong with the plan. It's just that somewhere along the way things kind of got out of hand because we let our egos take over. And I mean, I know many people have already talked about this already, but I'm coming at it from actual, like, I didn't look up this stuff and then decided to live it. Like, many have asked me, like, how do you know this information, or how, like, your spiritual journey, or generally. And it's like, I mean, I didn't know everything, of course not, because your human brain could not be capable of getting and receiving all this information, because it would probably, like, it would be just brain overload. It would just be way too much on our nervous system and body, because we're not meant to hold so much light. It's gradually happening, and that's what's happening, like, with all the planetary transitionings and the cycles that nature brings. These are all transition phases, because if we all just like all of a suddenly, you know, it's just like, do you eat the whole cake at once? Like shove the whole cake in your mouth? Or do you take bites to digest it? You know, like, I mean, you already know what happens with that. If you took the whole cake, your body would not be happy, feel bad, and like it would be too much to digest, and your body would be overloaded because of all the energy that it needs, and versus taking small bites and taking it slowly. So that's the same way how it is with awakening to knowledge, to energy that you forgot. Because it's not that it's not in you. It's not that you have to go looking for this energy to get it. I mean, yeah, you can go to different locations and receive that energy, but it's only going to be received if you're open to receive. And I know, like, this is what healers would say too. And I mean, some healers don't, or energy healers might not think this or know this concept yet, or have whatever. It's not that someone is healing you. It's providing a place for you to open up to heal yourself. Yes, naturally we do carry energy within us. Like if I go to a restaurant, shortly after that, people walk in. If I go to the beach, like I did right now, and I'm really literally in the middle of the beach where there's nobody here, and within 5 minutes 12 people came. Like it attracts, my energy attracts, just like how energy repulses, like negative and negative, minus and minus, negative and negative, minus, minus, I mean, minus and plus, or plus and minus, you know, it's physics. So, you know, you feel it in your body before you even know it. Your body, like if you get sick, you have a runny nose, you have a cough, you can't speak, your jaw is all clenched up, your throat is all closed up, you might feel chills or nausea or whatever. Your body is telling you, it's talking to you, it's communicating to you before your brain knows that you're sick. It's not your brain sending the signal, it's sick. So my body, well, actually, you could contradict that way of thinking, because if you think that you're sick, you can make your body sick. So I guess it goes both ways. Again, question everything. I like this. I like this kind of communication, because, like, I don't know how anything can be consistent in the way of something standing still, how anything can be, and that's it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Logically, it doesn't make any sense. Physically, it doesn't make any sense. And there's plenty of people before us that have proven that that doesn't make sense. So, I mean, if you're someone that needs proof, or, you know, yeah, you'll find it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I traveling in Asia, I've had people signal to me that they know who I am. I had people bowing. I've had people being super generous to me. I've had people that think that they can take what it is that I have. I've had people watching me, wondering how it is that I do what I do, and how did I get this information. People questioning if I'm human or some alien species or whatever. Like, I've had a mix of things happen in the last months. And that's okay. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I mean, I said that we all came here with a mission, and everything's already written out. It's just a matter of the alignment to what is already in existence. Like, we have multiple versions of ourselves that are playing out different roles or different lifestyles or different characters or whatever. And it's like a radio. Like, it's funny how, like, I sent a post months ago on this frog, or I'll call him a toad, who was in the water, and he was signaling out his communication, and the vibrations around him formed in like circles around the water. That's vibration. That is energy. That's a frequency. And exactly how that was communicated through water, it was showing us physically how it looks like, how energy looks like. What do you think Wi-Fi is? Bluetooth. It's all energy. And, you know, I don't know, 40 years ago, it couldn't have been even imagined that we would have phones that we don't have to, like, be plugged into a cable to use in order to communicate or whatever. I mean, maybe 40 years ago is a little further back, but yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, like, but that's also us accepting the fact that Wi-Fi works based off of energy signals that are getting bounced off of a tower into our cell phones and back, and then to another cell phone and to a router or whatever. That, you know, it was advertised, and then we took that information in, programmed it into our brain that, okay, Wi-Fi is going to allow us to communicate on the phone. Done. That was manifestation. And we manifest all the time. What do you think to-do lists are? You write down your lists, you set the intention of doing this, completing this, and then at some point you reach your goal. Boom. You know, it's not something that's so crazy out of this world like it's been painted to be. However, the way that we've been viewing manifestation makes us believe that it's out of us. It's so far from us. We can't even reach that concept because, like, we have to change completely who we are in order for that to happen, when that's not the case, because we've been doing it all along. It's just broadening that box, that thinking that, okay, our imagination can only take us so far. That's it. When it can be infinity and beyond. So yeah, instant manifestations, like, I don't know, like, when I start using that term, I don't even know when I start using that term, but yeah, in order to create the reality that you wish to see, change the way you see things, and the things you see will change. And this is a quote that's become very popular, and the first time I've come across it was in 2014 or 13, I think. No, it was 2012, yeah. And it's like, I was like, yes, that's the concept. Change the way you see things, and the things you see will change. And, we can apply that to anything. If you want to have a good day, see your good day. Set the intention of having a good day. What steps are you going to take to have a good day? Boom, you'll have a good day. It doesn't mean that everything's going to be smooth sailing. Doesn't mean that there's not some interruption or whatever. Yeah, there's going to be an interruption possibly. See it, though, as something that is going to support you. See it as something that, you know, maybe your ego was thinking you wanted to go to a certain place, but your inner child and your higher self is like, I think we have something better for you. So it's going to redirect you to go somewhere else. You might be upset that you didn't go to the place that you wanted to go. So, like, there might be a roadblock. There might be, the place will be closed, or you'll get unexpected annoying phone calls or whatever. And instead of seeing it as an annoying phone call, you can be like, oh, okay, this phone call lasts longer than I thought. And then, you know, just go about your day. You don't have to put so much attention into it. Because when you put so much attention into it and feed it with something negative, it's only going to amplify, and you're going to hold on to that, and it's going to get stored in your body, it's going to get stored in your tissues, and get stored in your mind, and it's going to continue a loop over and over and over again. We actually don't have many thoughts. Like, I'm at a point where I don't have any thoughts. If they come, like right now when I'm speaking, I don't have thoughts. I'm just speaking. And a lot of times people look at me as like, you look like you're in deep contemplation. I'm like, I'm not thinking anything. I used to think a lot. But I've reached for a couple of years now where my mind has become still. And it's a beautiful experience, but it's a weird one to transition to when you went to planning and thinking and analyzing and predicting. Hello, Mo. Thank you for joining. This is a long video, so yeah, enjoy it. And if you don't want to be here that long, it's totally fine. Do you. Do what feels good to you. Yeah, we don't actually create many new thoughts, and it only takes one to break that cycle and bring in new thoughts. You know, my YouTube feed, like, because I've done so much deep diving research on tarot card readings, now it's like the algorithm has changed to be more on the negative side, like, oh, someone's out to get me or something, or like, oh, they did this, or like, you know, not what I initially was getting, and now it's turned into that, because the algorithm is designed to feed it what it is that you're looking up, and because you click one video that might be out of the blue, or, you know, because you're interested in some other way of conceptualizing something, it's gonna like change the whole thing. Like, slowly things will disappear that you used to look at, and then the new content will be like completely new reality, new world. And that's exactly going back to what I was saying about be mindful of what you take in, because it shapes your reality. And that's exactly what happened the last 5 weeks that I've experienced. It's shaped my reality, and it's shaped it in a way where I had seen hell. I was in hell, and like, it was definitely like, oh my God, am I gonna get out of this? Am I gonna get back to where I was? Like, I don't want to be here. So that was my initial reaction, you know, timeline jumping into another place where that's where you gotta be careful, yo. What you take in creates your reality. However, over time in this reality, I like tested the waters. I started, you know, like doing what I usually do. You know, it takes a while to adjust. It takes a while to transition. It takes a while to feel somewhat comfortable in your body in this new place. And it's not that I'm leaving this world on earth in order to experience this timeline. It's here. Like, it's all here. Everything, all the timelines, you know, it's just that everything around you is different. Like, yeah. And like, it was scary. Like, yeah, that was definitely a hard time. I can laugh about it now, though. I can laugh about it now. So, hello, Hen. Nice to see you. Hope you're enjoying your time in Bangkok. Yeah, maybe we'll see you on this side of the world at some point. Yeah. But, you know, because I have been in the dark, like, you know, it's not that I mean that I'm depressed or anything like that. What I mean by saying that I'm in the dark is that's how I do my work. I spend a lot of time in the dark because the dark, and you know, the darkness gets such a bad reputation. No, darkness can reveal so much beauty. But you don't know, you can't discover that beauty until you actually see what's in the dark and feel what's in the dark to see the beauty, you know? Because it's easy, you know, it's easy for me to sit here and be in a good space, a timeline that is outside of the dark, and, or I wouldn't say outside of the dark, but that it's not in a very dense vibration, I'll say. And, you know, everything's fine and good, everything might come easy, and, like, you know, not much effort needs to go into it and everything like that. It's easy to say that when you're in the light. It's not easy to say that when you're in the dark. And that's why I know how it feels when someone's going through something where they feel it's the end of a journey, it's the end of the world, it's the end of a lifetime, it's the end of the tunnel closing, there's no sun, there's no light, there's nothing. Like, I have experienced multiple situations that has allowed me to feel comfortable in the dark. And like I said, it's something that most will avoid because it is very dense. It is very tricky. It is very... It can swallow someone, for sure. Just like how the light can swallow someone on the opposite end, that's also not very healthy either. So, and that's where I say, like, fake positivity lies. Because if you don't allow yourself to experience certain things, you're only keeping yourself in a bubble. You're only preventing something from being about your energy, more about so I get it. I mean, when I was in my teenage years, for a huge long chunk, I was depressed, and I went through moments where I was in the process of trying to end my life, and I had mentioned this a couple years back on Facebook. And I can see how one can only see that everything is bad, and like there's no way that I'm going to get out of it, and yeah, it's not a fun place to be. When I first visited Vietnam, backpacking in 2017, I was on my way, I was on a sleeper bus to Sapa, and it was just a moment in time where I felt super thankful for the depression that I had, the phase that I had, because I could look back and actually love that. I felt so much love and appreciation for my depression, and I wouldn't have wished it any other way, even though it was not something that I would have wanted to go through at the time. But it made me who I am today. It made me see more, experience more, feel more. And I'm not saying that we have to experience absolutely everything that happens in the world. No, because I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of people in this world don't experience, and unfortunately they do. But that's why I'm here. That's why, like, if I can understand even just a sliver of something that you have gone through, then I can help with, I can support, you know, because it's easy to say that you've read so many books about something, that you've been in school for 10, 15 years, you've been in the field for 30 years. Someone's not going to completely understand how to be a support system fully, though. And it's not me saying, oh, okay, you do this and this and this, and you do it this way. No. And that's where we need to break away from. Like, that's where we're transitioning now in the new era of humanity. And, like, we're in, like, 2025, the year of the snake, shedding the old, embracing the new. That's the theme, and that's what we're all going through. We might not be going through it at the exact same time, but why do you think many marriages have fallen apart? Why do you think that, you know, friendships have fallen apart, families have disappeared, losing your job, quitting your job, finding out new ways of doing things, exploring new things that you thought you wanted to do when you were younger, and or you know, you might be in your third year of college and you realize your last year, like, I don't want to do this is not what I'm interested in, but I've already invested 3 more years, so I might as well just finish it, right? Why? You want to waste another year when you could start a year earlier? Yeah, I understand that you've invested 3 years in it already, but see it as that you've taken so many moments out of the 3 years. It might not have been what it is that you want to study now, but you've learned so many things during those 3 years, even if it isn't in the field that you want to be in currently. You know, like, I studied fashion design initially. I'm not in that field anymore, and it's funny because one of my closest friends, we both studied fashion design, and we're both in the field of helping people, like psychology, like with coaching and therapy and energy, and yeah, it's a nice little mix. But yeah, so we're just laughing, like, so much money, so much time, so much energy went into those years. But you know what? I met the people who I met. I had the experiences that I had. I got to live in a different country. I got to experience how it is to go to a U.S. college. Because in Germany, they didn't have, like, the extracurricular things as popular as they do in the States and everything. But, like, educational wise, I shouldn't have gone to the US, because the education system, in my opinion, for what I was studying, would have been better to do in Europe, and also cheaper to do in Europe. But anyway, that's besides the point. Start now. If there's truly something that you are only doing because someone's telling you you need to finish something, someone's telling you you need to do this because we want you to have a bigger and brighter future, because you would be the first person in our family to achieve all this, but you deep down don't feel like this is you, this doesn't feel like this is what your purpose is, this isn't what your calling is, this isn't what your body is signaling that you feel comfortable with, stop wasting that journey and start the new one. It might be scary, it might be new, it might be fresh, but it all at the same time, it's also exciting and thrilling, and new people and new energy and new places and new faces, and most of all, it's closer to who you are. And that's what matters. So what, they think that, oh, you're a quitter. You're not a quitter, because you had courage and bravery to actually end something that you realized that wasn't serving your purpose. It wasn't serving your inner child. It wasn't serving your higher self. It wasn't serving what you feel is best for you. Those that criticize and try to hold you back, they don't have that courage. They wish that they did, but they don't. And I'm not trying to put them down or anything like that. They too, at some point in their journey, will wake up. Because we all have our own timeline. We all have our own path. So that's why I said in previous message, and this is why I keep repeating it, because I need to, or not need to, but I want to bring the message across in different life scenarios so you can see how it all ties together. And like I said, even if you know that, okay, this isn't the path that I should be going on, but I'm going to do it anyway, that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, because it happens to all of us. It happens to the best of us. It happens to every single one of us. Every single being. Every single being has the same qualities expressed differently. Every single being has gone through similar experiences. I mean, there's not going to be one human on this planet that has done something completely different. Because we all are human. I guess anything's possible. Maybe there's that one human that has done something completely different than all humans that are walking this earth today, right from get-go. That is possible, so there you go. You just gotta love information. You gotta love learning. You gotta have fun exploring, and taking the roads and the paths that challenge and question, and you might fall down, but you get back up. And we have so much strength inside of us. If a woman can birth something that's bigger than something allows it to come out naturally, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of strength, and that's a lot of pain to endure. We can do it though. So don't give up. It doesn't mean that we're, naturally going to step into that energy. It's something that progresses over time, and don't rush it. My higher self told me today that I really do need to just enjoy and not keep rushing. I was in the process of I just had so much doing energy, action, Aries energy, fiery, go energy. And I'm okay, cool. Now that I'm back where I'm at, where I'm supposed to be and everything. Well, not that I'm supposed to be, because you're supposed to be where you're at during the journey. But okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then I started doing that. And then my inner child was like, no! And I'm just ooh, okay, what? What's going on? What you're trying to get my attention? You have my attention. What's going on? I feel you. What can I do to calm you down right now? And she was like, man, this is exactly what I've been telling you this whole time I've been with you, Elise. We can't go so freaking fast. I only have these little feet and these little legs. I can't keep up. I can't. I try. I can't, and I'm not doing it right now. This is enough. You keep promising me that we're not going to go so freaking fast. And yet I slip into the ego, and the ego is the one that wants to go so freaking fast. Yeah, it's so crazy though. I used to plan things, and I got a lot done. I was very time, but was listening to my inner child and like, oh my God, pain today in the morning just for the 5 things that I was super like wanting to do really quickly. And it's not that my inner child doesn't want me to do these things, of course, but the way that I approach it. So in that moment when I was feeling the pain in my heart, it's like, I've been ignoring that pain most of my life. I wouldn't want to physically harm my body, but I'm physically hurting myself. Physically, spiritually, energetically. Yeah. By ignoring that inner voice. By not giving it the attention that my inner voice wants. And we go back to the concept of relationships. When we're in a relationship, and if we, in the same thing, we want to be heard, we want to be respected, we want to be acknowledged, we want to be valued from our partner, and vice versa. And when we're not, we respond a certain way. And that's how our inner child responds to us, except that the only difference is that our inner child is within our body and not outside in another human body. And still, in a relationship, you can say, "Hey, you're not paying attention to what I'm saying because I'm saying the words, but you're hearing something completely different." That's in a 3D way of seeing how your body is all in one. That's how it works in your body. Like, instead of having a person in front of you, basically not acknowledging the words that you're saying and ignoring the words that are actually coming out of your mouth, that's what's happening internally with your inner child. And because of how we've built this human experiment, playground, matrix, system, whatever, it took us away from the wisdom, the knowledge, the grounding, the home, who we are, because we were born with all this information. We were born with all this wisdom inside each and every one of us. It's just, it was purposefully designed that way, though. So it's not that, like, I mean, I did at some point, based off of where my knowledge was, and based off of where my experience was, I did say that, the matrix is preventing me from posting something, and it interferes with the energies are interfering around me and stuff like that. It's not that. So many concepts in such a long message. I should probably slow down. Yeah, I should probably slow down. Yeah, we'll save that one for another video. Anyway. Yeah, just some things for you all to think about, feel, and I will be posting more, because that's one of the reasons why I am here, is to bring more awareness. And like I said, it's not that you don't have this knowledge, it's just I'm reminding you of it. And it's not just coming from me. And I know, depending on where you're at on your spiritual journey, it's hard to train and recalibrate what you already know. It's easier to learn something new than to restructure what you already know. I've come to a point, though, and I have developed certain approaches that I do want to introduce to all of you, so it's also easier for you to recalibrate, to reprogram, to experience and see the world that I actually see and that I've always seen. Yeah, and just remember, I too am human. We tend to put people in a box if they say that they're a doctor, they're a nurse, they're a mathematician, they're a truck driver, they're a teacher, they're a healer, whatever it is, what profession or whatever. We have conditioned our minds to put people in a box because it's easier to do that. I mean, that's how the conscious and subconscious mind works. We put our information in a little, I can think of the German word, but filing cabinet, there we go. Because it's easier to store it that way. But that's a way that's going to fall away in the new era of humanity. That's not going to exist in the new era of humanity. Also, how our relationship is with our internal dialogue, with your higher self, your inner child, and the energy in general is going to be completely different, and it's changing very rapidly. Like, it's funny how here I've already noticed so many changes. Like, I'm actually, the timeline that I'm on, there's AI. Like, I see bots that look like human, talk like human, act like human, but there's a difference. You can tell. And this is not in the distant future. Elon Musk is very proactive. And this is why it's going to be very important for us to know how to be empathetic and train your discernment muscle, because we already live in a world where, the 3D Earth has already been introduced to AI technology, and it's not that AI technology is bad. Like, I don't think that AI technology is bad. Just like everything in the world, nothing's bad or good. It's the user behind it, the creator that uses it behind it, that makes it good or bad. Because there's a lot of positive that can be used, and this is where the future versions of us, our higher selves, is giving us the knowledge so we can prevent something from happening in the future where and we're and it's already changing. Like, the future is already changing. We've made it to the point where we've changed history in how we do things in the future. So, we might not see it everywhere around the globe, and there are definitely places around the globe that are still living in times that don't have internet and Wi-Fi and technology and stuff, so it's not like the whole world is on the same scale or anything like that, and that's fine. Like, there's no pushing, we don't need to freaking rush. Like, enjoy it, because I'm telling you, when we come back here, well, some of us will come back here, some of us won't come back here, but those that do come back, they'll be talking about all of nature's wonders, how even this generation talks about how it used to be in the past, and not everything in the past is always good. Like, I mean, there's definitely gruesome times, and I have to say that I think we're very lucky, or not lucky, but we created this future. Like, we created this future, and we should be more like, would you walk, I mean, anyway, I can go on and on and on, as you can see. Okay, but I just like sharing information, and I like having discussions. Like, someone has a different opinion or thought or theory or experience, like, share that with me. If someone wants to, like, contest what I'm saying, do that. Like, I love that kind of interaction, because then it just allows me to receive something from a different perspective and see how, you know, that correlates or fits or changes the narrative that I'm talking about, you know, because, like I said, nothing is set in stone. Nothing is consistent. Nothing is... Everything's in flow. Everything flows and it goes wherever. Yeah. I mean, of course, there can be stagnant energy, yeah. Things can be kind of stuck, but it's still, even the stagnation of energy is still in flow. Like, it's, yeah, it's stop. Yeah, life, in the timeline that I was on, like, even nature became something that I could enjoy. Like, and that's just crazy for me, because nature is my friend. Nature and I are one. And that something came across my lifetime that it separated us, or I felt like it was something bad, it wasn't supporting me. Like, that's pretty rough. Like, that's pretty rough. And that's why I say, like, I've been in dark places. Like, for someone else that might not seem very dark or whatever, but no, like, if you feel connected, like, if your being feels connected to something, and then you're in a place where everything that you connected to is not there, then yeah, that's a pretty, yeah, rough place to be. So I get it, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be there forever. It doesn't mean that you can't change it. It doesn't mean that there's no way out, because there always is a path. There's no one way, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's how you show up in each moment that will break what it is that needs breaking and changing and evolving. Yeah. I do send out love to you, and I do truly love you. Even if I don't know you personally, but I'm a part of you, you're a part of me. That's the world that I live in. And, yeah, that will never change. Yeah. Alrighty, I think, before I make this like a 3-hour situation, I don't know how long I've been talking, but you have a beautiful day ahead of you, and while you're in this moment having a beautiful moment, maybe let's take a time or take a moment to just kind of collect ourselves wherever we're at. Regulating your nervous system is something that will take some time to do. Know, though, that in the very near future, you'll be able to regulate it without thinking much about it. Just like how we learned when we came out of the womb how to breathe because we were surrounded by fluid. Yeah. Money, the new exchange is not money, it's energy. And that's why I thank you that you have invested your energy into the words that I'm sharing that are here to help you find your way home. I'm not here trying to get a whole bunch of followers or make a lot of money, even though I know what the future is bringing and has in store for me. But I truly want to put in the love in myself and want everyone to experience that. Because everyone is deserving of love. Everyone is deserving of peace. Everyone is deserving of knowing that they are the most important energy, matter, being in this experience. Yeah. Alright. I'll talk to you guys another day. Have a wonderful day. And yeah. Dance, laugh, cry, chill, share, care, support.